Hello and welcome to the new Growth Playbook, a new education and guidance program for senior executives and their teams looking to transform their business model and future-proof it in the digital economy. My name is Simon Torrance. I'm a senior independent advisor specializing in the topic of business model transformation. I've worked for the last 20 years in the area of transformation and innovation. In the last 10 years, I've spent all my time looking at advanced digital business models and how traditional organizations can adopt and adapt them for themselves. I work with an extensive network of experts around the world. And what I've tried to do with this course is condense all the best practice that I've gathered and new research that I've been doing recently to help you make a big change to your business, to create a new way to grow, transform the markets and the ecosystems and the networks in which you operate. So there are three key insights that I wanted to share with you before I explain how the program works. The first is that the so-called tech companies, the tech giants who are now so dominant, the biggest companies or most valuable companies in the world now, you know their names, they share the same type of business model. They're not really tech companies. It's how they create value for their customers and capture value for themselves that is unique. The second insight is that those same approaches can be adopted and adapted by any company in any sector. The benefit of doing that is to give you the potential to increase the value that you can offer to your customers, to improve your profit margins, improve your return on assets, and ultimately, if you can get this right, to improve your valuation. Now, the third insight, which is the problem, is that most executives who run traditional successful companies have not been trained in these new type of advanced digital business models. And so trying to educate them or engage them is a real problem. And even if you do that, trying to implement a business model transformation within a traditional organization, I guess you come up against what people call the immune system. Everything in your company today has been optimized for the business model that you run today. But as you feel the pressure from digital disruptors, from your peers who with you are engaged in an arms race to digitize everything you do, the challenge is, how can you break out of the constraints that you may have created almost for yourselves to create a new way to grow and a new way to create value for yourselves and your stakeholders? So the course that I've designed here helps you address those things, helps you to create a common language that you can use within the organization to engage your bosses, your peers, your teams in what a business model transformation could look like and the benefits of doing it. Secondly, it's to give you very practical tools, a step-by-step guide for how you can implement a business model transformation, maybe in just a business unit or across the whole organization as well, but in a way that the organization will accept and embrace and not try to fight against. And the third thing is to share with you some great examples of companies that have been through this journey and are making tremendous progress and delivering tremendous new performance in doing exactly what I've said in terms of applying advanced digital business models that help them create greater value for their customers and capture value for themselves. Okay, let me talk about what's inside the playbook and the nature of the course. Well, it's an online, on-demand video course, so you can watch it whenever you like, however you like. It's also available face-to-face. We'll talk about that later. But it's designed to help you and your colleagues and your teams and your peers understand how to make a significant transformation with your business model. And that means incorporating advanced digital business models in a way that suits your organization. Now, it's full of charts, hard evidence, financial analysis, has lots of case studies, and it has very practical step-by-step guide for how to move forward in each aspect of the course. Now, the first module is called the New Growth Agenda. And it's designed to clarify what we mean by business model transformation, to create a clear definition that you can use or adapt for yourself within your organization. Now, Module 2 is called the New Business Model Portfolio. I'm sure you have a portfolio of products and services, but this is about creating a new mix of business models, advanced digital business models, platform business models, to augment the traditional, maybe product-based business models or service-based business models that you operate today. In Module 3, we go into great detail on how platform, network, and ecosystem-based business models operate to really help you and your colleagues understand the economics of these very different but also very powerful types of business models. Module 4 is in many ways my favorite. I call it Business Model Pioneers. I've collected for you a set of companies from around the world, corporations, incumbents, who have been on this journey, maybe a bit earlier than you, and the lessons that they've learned. Most of them are success lessons. They've all been amazingly successful. And there's a couple where maybe we could learn from things that haven't gone so well. And finally, the 5th module is the most important. It's called Renew. And in this, I go through the process that I described earlier on in more detail. It's a step-by-step guide and a set of checklists to help avoid some of the pitfalls that other companies have gone through, and to help take on board some of the best practices that I've found around the world. You know, this is the topic that I'm most passionate about. I've been working on it for 20 years, and in the last 10 years, really focused on platform-based business models, something that is radically changing the world at the moment. And I'm really hoping that my experience and the special research that I've done to gather all the best practice for you, as well as condense it into a really practical set of next steps, is going to be helpful. So to conclude, and thank you for taking the time for listening to me today, what the course covers, it's a 5-week online, on-demand video course. There is a version available face-to-face. There are some supporting materials that go with it. I've gathered what I think are the best examples, charts, statistics, case studies, as well as very practical next step guides. And I really do believe that it'll help you make a step change in the way your business creates value, captures value, and delivers value for your customers. Thanks very much.